Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to a sponsored Let's Play introduction to Battletech's Roguetech mod. So, first things first, today's video is a sponsored video. You can find Battletech this weekend on Steam free, which means you can download it and play it without paying money. I assume you know what free means. There'll be a link down below to the Steam store page where you can get it if you want. But it also means that it is reduced if you wish to buy it. It is reduced in price, and you can download it and then buy it and then own it thereafter. That's generally what purchasing. I'm explaining default words to you, but you get the idea. Of course, because it's a sponsored video, Here's the the little speech you'll expect. This is going to be a video that will have some sort of inherent bias on my part, even if it's only an unconscious bias. So I'll try and do my best to keep my bias out of it. So I won't say if I like or dislike something. I'll generally just let you figure that out for yourself based on the footage you see. Now, just quickly saying, I said to Paradox when they said, "Do you want to do a sponsored thing for Battletech?" I said, "Can I play the Roguetech mod?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." I just want to say I really, really love Paradox's Paradox publish Battletech just take on mods. They are just so happy for people to make mods, and they're so happy for people to use mods and even pay people to play mods. It's the only company where I've actually had that feedback. It's crazy. So I massively just want to shout out the fact that there's a really good modding scene with Paradox games in general. So, those of you who don't know what Battletech is a game where you have mechs, and you pilot them, and you destroy the opponent's mechs, and sometimes they're tanks, because they were boring enough to bring tanks to a mech fight. Actually, tanks can be quite scary. So the Roguetech mod is a mod that basically expands upon that, and makes it so it's a rogue-like experience. You start off with your little squad and you run around the galaxy doing the things, making money as mercenaries, basically, which is a default assumption in Battletech. So we're going to do a campaign, career mode. It's not a campaign anymore, and we will do new. We're going to leave all these as default, but there is an Iron Man mode. Starting planet, you can choose where to start, and you can change a lot of the options. We're just going to leave them as default. I'm happy with that. They're already pretty decent, and we're going to start the game. Now, this is going to take a little while to load up as it's kind of generating the entire place randomly. When you actually install the mod, and I'm not going to go over the mod installation too much, just bear in mind that there are two parts to the mod. There's an asset pack, and there's actually the Roguetech itself. And you need stuff like the Battletech mod loader, BTML. I'm not going to go over that in too much detail, partly because you should be able to find it via Google, and if you cannot, you probably shouldn't be installing this mod. It's one of these mods that I put down as medium difficulty because it's got multiple parts, but it's still relatively easy. You just click the button and it installs. There are a few options, including one which is the default, which is random start. When you start and you do this, it will generate where you are. It will generate your lance of mechs, the people in your lance. Lance of mechs, by the way, is considered... Well, technically it's considered 4 mechs, but for the purposes of this, I'm just saying all of your mechs. It will generate all your mechs, which I believe is 4 at the it's 5 at the beginning, actually, in Roguetech. You get an extra one.
Yes, Commander.
And it'll go from there. Okay, right. So, we're going to add me. I believe I am in the game somewhere because I've added myself to one of the folders. Where am I? There we go. Hi. There I am. You can still see, look there, it's slightly green because of the green screen behind me. I didn't remove that from this picture, because this is the raw. I should have removed it. Anyway, my call sign is EE. And you'll notice it says here pronoun. That's actually from the base game. The base game is you can choose a pronoun. There's a lot of it done by text in the campaign, whereas this kind of just chooses what voice you have.
Standing by. Yes, Commander. Standing by. Standing by. Receiving. I'm here.
And there's a lot more options in Roguetech because there's no real text, so it just uses the pronoun field as a way to just grab the audio files. We're going to go with...
Yeah.
Orders?
Ready for orders.
Receiving you.
Standing by.
What's up, boss?
Receiving you.
We'll go male British, sure. We'll save that.
Ready for orders.
And then we get character origins. Now, this will actually determine a lot of our bonuses at the start. I always like to get a little bit of guts just because the extra HP. I don't want to die. It's always awkward when your main character dies really early on. And we want to try and get a nice bit of gunnery as well. So I'm going to say deep periphery, which is like out beyond the edges of relatively human-controlled space, or at least relatively human-dominated space in terms of the big houses. That will give us 1 tactics and 1 guts. Maybe, is there a gunnery tactics or a gunnery guts? Rimwood periphery?
Receiving you.
Oh, no, that actually doesn't change that.
Ready for orders.
That's just our symbol and our clan. Okay. The day after your 16th birthday,
Standing by.
piloting guts,
Receiving
tactics guts,
Ready for orders.
gunnery guts betrayed,
Receiving you.
gunnery tactics exiled.
Standing by.
I'm going to say
Ready
gunnery
for
guts. The day after your 16th birthday, your family's betrayed and murdered. And then, on your own, you fill out the life of a gladiator,
Receiving you.
freelancer,
Standing by.
mercenary,
Ready for
merchant guard,
orders. Standing by.
frontier pirate,
Receiving you.
soldier. I'm going to go with
Ready for
gladiator
orders.
for the +1 gunnery. So we get our gunner up to 4. We have 2, 2, and 3. Might be worth getting a point in tactics. What do we get for tactics?
Standing by.
Inner sphere mercenary.
Receiving you.
Or frontier freelancer. So inner sphere,
by.
that's the inner sphere. It's the area around Earth where it's kind of traditional, dominated by these big houses, etc. And we work as a mercenary for one of the houses there, or many of the houses. Frontier freelancer is we go towards the frontier, which is nearly at the rim, nearly, maybe not quite anywhere near the deep peripheries. That's further forwards, but we're in the frontier. We're in the same vicinity. I think that makes more sense since we came from the deep periphery. And around there, we didn't have quite the same structure as the mercenarying that you have in the inner sphere, but we freelanced. We did a few things here and there. We'll start off a bit more balanced. I'll confirm that. Now, by the way, if you do want to add your portrait and you've got Roguetech, you can just dump it into the Commander Portrait Loader folder in your mods folder. You have everything an industrial mercenary commander could want. A crew of talented misfits, a lance of ancient battle mechs, and a derelict cargo ship to call home. It's one thing to finish your mission in one piece, more or less, but it's another to keep your mech hordes happy and healthy, your mechs patched up and ready for action, and your balance sheet firmly in the black. As the rumors of another war of succession intensify, the Mercenary Review Board announces new evaluation protocols to assess the mercenary companies of the periphery with a score. That's pretty. That's pretty. Can I? There we go. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to move my cursor. Right. If you want to do that, by the way, it's Control-Shift-U. We're going to go to Customize Company real quick because I also have somewhere in here my channel symbol. Oh, yeah. I just put that in the mods. I think there's Rogue Emblems mod or something. There's a folder with a load of emblems. Just chuck it in there. Only do that if you've got Roguetech. Doesn't work if you've just got Battletech, because you also need to put in the textual pointers for where to find said emblem. And we're going to be Elysium Praetorians. You know, we'll actually change the color of the mechs as well. So primary white. And I think we'll go over metallic blue. Oh, primary's not white. I'll change that. A bit too much white. Maybe going for the extra blue is a good call. Yeah, I like that. Like little highlights of white on the side there. We'll try this for now. We can always change it later. Painting your mechs is cheap. Now let's have a look at what we actually got in terms of mechs, because obviously this is randomized. We've got ourselves 6 mechs. Okay. Medium pulse, an LBX AC-10, medium pulse, medium pulse. So these are pulse weapons. They're pretty advanced, actually. +2 accuracy, ignore 2 evasion pips. That's really good. Ignoring evasion is great. In default Battletech, you have evasion pips, which you get when you move. If you shoot at someone with evasion pips, they lose an evasion pip. So generally in default Battletech, you'll unload on one enemy, because the first few shots will knock down their pips. They won't get hit, but it will reduce their evasion, and then after that you'll just hit them and hit them until they die, before they can move again and get more pips. In Roguetech, you retain your evasion pips, so when you shoot at someone and then shoot them again, the chance to hit them is the same, and the evasion pips reduce the chance to hit them. So putting a crap ton of fire at them doesn't actually mean you're gonna hit them particularly more. I mean, obviously more shots means more hits, but it doesn't mean that each hit after that is an increasing chance. So having something that ignores evasion pips and has accuracy is absolutely fantastic. The LBX AC-10 is a version of the AC-10, which is a long-range weapon. We get plus 50% chance to deal a crit with a weapon, plus 1 accuracy, plus 1 evasion pip. Large bore extended autocannons fire a cluster of 6 projectiles. That's quite nice. And it's got ferrous fiber. So I'll go into these a bit more later, but we're just going to go quickly through everyone here and see what their role is. Spiked Wrecking Ball. This is a melee weapon. One of the things that Roguetech does is it actually has specific melee weapons. So in default Battletech, you have some short-range weapons that when you go and hit someone and you just hit them, there's no weapon for it. You also fire these short-range weapons. In Roguetech, it kind of separates that out, and there are melee weapons that, in inverted commas, fire in combat, like the Spiked Wrecking Ball. And another spike. So yeah, your entire purpose, you've got 0 guns. Your entire purpose is to run at the enemy and hit them. Okay. You have got Tag, which is a accuracy buff when you hit the enemy. It allows people a chance to tag 1 pip, so it gives them like +1 to hit. Okay. So basically you fire it, and then everyone firing at that is like laser designated. They have an increased chance to hit. Extended range medium laser. Good. Medium pulse. Medium pulse. Extended range medium. Surprisingly good for your size at 30 tons. Huh. Extended range medium. LRM with the Artemis. The Artemis is a type of missile that gives us a 100% chance to deal a critical hit. +1 accuracy. +1 accuracy with direct. Blah, 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 blah. Requires the Artemis system to be installed. We have to have a targeting system. It's an Artemis. It's like that targeting system gives us a lock-on, and then the missile homes in via it. We also have some ammo and an LRM system, which is using that ammo. Is that it? Is that the only weapon you've got? No, you've got extended range medium laser as well. Okay. Then over here, a 50-ton mech. Ooh, hello. Large laser, medium laser, small laser, large laser. Quite a lot of long-range weapons. Quite a lot of long... Oh, hello. This is our short-range weapon. So, AC-20. Has a recoil of 2. Weapon has 6% chance to jam after firing. Single-shot weapon that suffers from recoil. It does 100 damage. It's the AC-20. It's pretty short range. Its optimal range is 180 or less, so bear that in mind. We've got ammo for it. We've also got an LRM-10, which is a long-range missile, firing 10 at each shot. And that's all you've got. So what I'm looking at for this lance is we're going to want to try and engage from a relatively long range. Lasers are relatively decent. Pulse, we've got plus accuracy, so even if we're firing at long range, we've got the bonus to accuracy. Over here, you want to get in close, but you are 30 tons, so you might die relatively quick. If you look at the armor here, 600 armor, 250 structure. That's quite high armor for a 30-ton mech. But bear that in mind, this is something to pay attention to. Your armor is relatively cheap to repair. In default Battletech, it's free. If you get hit on the armor and you don't get hit in the structure that's below the armor, it instantly repairs in default Battletech. In Roguetech, you're going to pay a little bit of a cost, but nowhere near as much as you'll pay for actual structure damage. You, tagging, extended range, medium pulse. Yeah, a bit of a long range fight. Not super long range, but definitely wanted to keep that range up. Over here, long range, extended range, long range again, and a mix of lasers, including large ray lasers that are good at longer range. Yeah. We're looking at this as being a relatively long-range focused lance, which is fine. It doesn't give us a lot of options. I'd prefer if we had a mech in here that just packed like 8 medium lasers and that was it. Something pretty simple. Versatile, but simple. What we've got is a lot of ones that are relatively specialized at long range. So we're going to pop over to have a quick look at the barracks. Hello. Oh, wait, mech rise. There we go.
What can I do for you?
I have glitched out your portrait. That's probably my fault because I did a reinstall the mod to check thing out. Right, me. Hi there. I would like to get some of these abilities. Which ability do we want? Now, in both Roguetech and Battletech, you can only have a set number of abilities, and when you get the first one on this, that'll be an ability, and when you get one of these, that'll be an ability. I believe in Battletech it's actually different from Roguetech. Roguetech is 3, so we can grab 3 of these. So we get points, we can grab that, then we can grab that, and then we might grab, say, this, and that'd be it. We can't get any more abilities. We still get the bonuses in between, but we no longer get these actual active abilities that we can choose to use, or, in this case, a passive. You can use movement before or after shooting. That's great. You can move and shoot, which is the default, or you can shoot and then leg it. Also really, really helpful, especially if you want to play like a smaller mech. Minus 50% to critical hits taken is... That's pretty big. Sensor lock is a bit of a buff. I wouldn't want to use it on a primary person. Deadly precision attack with 50% extra damage, plus 2 to hit, and 30% reduced death from above self damage. Works for both death from above and melee attacks. Okay, so that is a melee only attack. I'm probably going to pilot a shooty mech. So we're probably looking at wanting to grab... That's bonus to avoid damage and evasion. I think we want to grab this, which is the... By the way, each of these comes with a base weapon hit chance of 5% in gunnery, which is why gunnery is pretty handy. Firing weapons up to 3 separate targets with this mech current firing arc. So you can, in one turn, shoot at up to 3 different targets, rather than having to focus on one. Which is pretty handy, especially if you've got a mix of ranged weapons. So you've got someone close and someone far away, and you've got close and far away weapons. You probably want to hit both of them, rather than wasting long-range weapons shooting at someone who's close and probably missing them. So we'll grab that. We'll also grab Point of Guts, because it gives us an extra health. And... we'll confirm that. I'll actually keep the rest of the XP to use on something else. Now, I'm going to go quickly through these, and I'm just going to specialize them in slightly different ways, and I'll get back to you. Right, I've gone through and upgraded everyone, and by the way, you'll notice that if you have pilot quirks enabled when you install Battletech's Roguetech mod, that down the bottom here, you'll see stuff like Military, minor increase in starting XP, Mech Warrior, moderate increase in starting XP, Athletic, reduced fatigue times, Lucky, chance to avoid getting hit. And that's true, if you have a quick scan through all of them, they'll all have these little traits down here, which,
I hear ya.
while not massive, certainly change things a little bit. Like, for instance, Criminal, chance to steal from the company. Increase in chance to find specials at black market systems. So there's a positive and negative to that one. I got rid of glitch because of the picture was bugged out. But if we have a quick look at the contracts available, let's find ourselves a contract. This is interesting. There's actually not that many contracts available. Normally there's quite a lot. This is a little bit less than expected. Let's have a quick look at the star map. It's still pretty central. Okay. Right. Contracts. Now, starting off, you really don't want to do anything more than maybe 1 skull. Like, if you're lucky, if you're really good, 1.5. but I really don't recommend it because the damage you'll take means that you'll spend so much time not earning money and repairing your mechs that it's just not worth it. When you start off, half a star. Well, half a skull, or maybe a skull. Unfortunately, we are limited to 3 options, all of which are pretty terrible in terms of pay. Traveling, better. How long will it take to travel here? $53 days. Now, when taking a contract, have a quick look at this, because that means we're going to be spending almost 2 months in transit, and each month is worth, roughly at the moment for us, about 400k. So the travel there will cost us, give or take, about 700k. Max pay won't pay for itself. We're going to have to travel at some stage, though. But for now, I think what we'll do is we'll probably just grab hot landing, battle, desert, battle, desert, assassination. We'll do hot landing. Because it's half a skull. Now, we actually get quite a lot of salvage here. When picking up contracts, the max pay and the max salvage is really something to pay in mind, especially in Roguetech. Because we could go, sod it, let's get 300k. But we don't get much salvage. And salvage can sometimes be worth more than your payment. Generally, anything's RRP you'll get 10% for in sale. So if we were to go, 313, we get 3 picks. So we get to pick 3 bits of salvage, and then we get 13 bits of random salvage. That's so good, I might actually just full on go for that. Rather than money. Yeah. We'll do this mission, and we'll probably have to fly to find another mission. So we'll accept this. Actually, very quickly, let's have a quick look at what's available to buy. Store. Just in case there's anything interesting. Interesting. Yes. Extended range PPC. It costs $1 million. Can't really afford that considering we're going to spend a lot of money moving. An LBX AC2. A light PPC. Extended range small laser. Active probe. Advanced zoom. An accuracy bonus of 2 that decays with range. Zoom decay range is each 180 meters, so every 180 meters will drop a accuracy. 5% increased sight range. Breaching shot ignores cover and guarded when firing a single weapon at a target. Improves cold shot modified by 5%. It's relatively cheap as well. I think we grab this.
New equipment available.
Right, so case is an experimental version of standard case. I can't remember what it stands for. It's something ammo, contained ammo structure explosion. Basically, in default Battletech, this isn't really a problem. In Roguetech, which tries to also mirror a lot of the things of the tabletop a bit more accurately, there is the chance that ammo will explode when hit. And that could be very bad, because if your ammo explodes, that's not good for you. So, Case 2 is an upgraded version of Case that, when hit, exploding ammo only takes 3 points of damage. Tempting, but we can look at that later. In terms of anything else here, we've got electronic cooling. Yeah, we'll pass on that. Right, let's do that mission. I'm not going to install the thing, by the way, that we just got. I'm going to install that after we do the mission, because if we install it right now, the mech's going to spend quite a lot of time installing it, and I don't want to have to wait. Now, bear in mind, if I reduce this... you can't do it for the planetary government. If our employer was actually a faction, if I reduced this slider wouldn't go up. And you could actually just sit at the bottom slider for both of them, and you'd get a buff with the planetary government. Or the faction. Because the planetary government, they don't actually have a reputation. As you see, it says cannot gain reputation. So bear that in mind. Generally, I completely ignore reputation. Because money and salvage is so cool. We're going to grab Max Salvage. Max Salvage. And in terms of who we want... yeah, let's get Hatchet Man for the long range. You're on melee. The way I set this up is I always put like my range over here and my melee over here. Tag is great. Extended range, medium laser. Actually, you're more long range because you're only confined to that. You're a mess of lasers. And you've got an AC-20. Ooh. There we go. So the drop cost for this lance is going to be 42k or 43k. Yeah. In default Battletech, you don't spend any money to drop a lance. In Roguetech, you just pay money for actually deploying the actual lance itself. Basically, fuel cost. We will grab... Oh, and our lance rating is 1.5 versus a half. So the thing reckons we should be okay. I'm gonna pilot... Do we have a mixed range one? You. Because I've got the ability to target multiple different things. Who here was our melee? Move and shoot. Brace after melee. Yes, you go here. Apex. Move and shoot is pretty useful. I'll put you in the close range AC-20. And I'll just grab Strider for the Valkyrie. Done. Let's deploy. Let's do it. I like that. If you're using a heavy Gauss rifle, you only need to hit the target once. If the target's still standing, you ought to be somewhere else anyway. Yeah. Gauss rifles are this really advanced tech. And they're amazing. They do so much damage. In Roguetech, they split them into a few different ones, including stuff like light Gauss rifles, which I think still do like 50-ish damage, somewhere around there. And that's a light Gauss rifle. Oh, and they have range. They're basically like powerful sniper rifles. As opposed to like the AC-20 we're fielding today, which is a very short range one slug. It's 100 damage, but it's pretty short range. And the accuracy is not great on it. Okay. Heavy lances at certain plant surface by a Lyrian dropship. We currently believe they're securing the LZ, preparing for operation they planned. 4 inches securing the area, like to interrupt them. They're heavily armed, so expect strong resistance. I mean, they're as heavily armed as half a skull will allow. What this means is it's probably them and no reinforcements, and they're going to be as tough as they can be for half a skull.
Command interface initiated.
Now, we are in desert biome, which means there's going to be a slight increase in the amount of heat we generate. And if we have a pop-up here, that's roughly where the enemy is expected to be. We're looking at restricted sight lines. We're looking at limited maneuverability options because of this. Which, remember when I said what we specialize in? Long range? This does not benefit us. It really does not. We have a way down here. We could fight from down here. Try and spread out. The problem with spreading out, in my opinion... Can't really get down here. The problem with spreading out, in my opinion, is it gives you that chance. If you engage perfectly, you can engage from multiple different angles. You can try and get rear shots in, etc. It gives you more ability to maneuver. The downside is, if they hit you unevenly, they will hit one side with all their mechs, while the other side of your flank is still trying to get in position. And it means that they can bring twice as much firepower to bear on, 2 mechs 4 versus 2 as opposed to 4 versus 4, which is what we want. Or even better, if we can catch like 1 or 2 of them at the front, we can get our 4 hitting that at the same time. Right.
Awaiting orders.
Apex. You're a spiked wrecking ball all the way. I don't think I'll bother going down here. I think we'll just try and fight here, which is going to be a mess. So we've got move and sprint. Sprint generates more evade. Cover gives us +1 to fire out and +2. Yeah, so it gets hard to fire out of cover, but we get a +2 bonus to hiding in cover. I think in default Battletech, that gives you the... Is it like 25% armor? Like a reduction in damage? As opposed to what we get here, which is Roguetech's. I think I will take the option, though. And... Ugh. It's so narrow. That's the range, by the way. Look at that.
On the move.
So short range. Can we like a really close look in? Oh yeah, tiny little mech. Right. And then we could attack. In default Battletech, sprinting takes your 2 actions. Effectively, like, you've got a 2-action system. You can shoot, end your turn, shooting away ends your turn, or you can move and shoot, move being 1 action, shoot being another, or you can sprint, which is moving twice as fast, so move, end action. In Roguetech, you can still attack, but you suffer negatives because you've sprinted. Retractable blade? Melee attacks deal 10 more damage and +1. Ooh. You're very melee oriented. I like it. In default Battletech, again, you have the weight system. So you have your light mechs, then your semi-light mechs. I can't remember the names for them. The point being is that you have your 5 classes of mech. The lightest mechs go first. Here, we have an initiative based on many different factors. I think one of them is your tactics or piloting. I can't remember which one it is. One of them adds to your initiative. Then there's a combination of other things from your mech, including the weight. Sprint you. Or we could jump down here. I think for now we'll sprint you.
Roger.
And yeah, done. No one to shoot at. Oh, pardon me. Ugh.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I'm allergic to mechs. That would be the worst. It's probably be a very specific allergy, wouldn't it? And then Strider, apparently the last in Valkyrie, which makes sense. I think that's the heaviest mech we've got, right, at 50 tons. And apparently it can still fly. Excellent.
On my way. Double time.
I really should be splitting up like this. You're actually our long range. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
You know what? We could select Apex and move Apex. I'm actually going to reserve, which means that you go later in the turn. Because I want everyone to go roughly the same time. Now we've got 11, 10, 12, 11 for initiative, which means they're acting roughly the same time, which I'm happy
Picking
with.
up a blip.
Okay.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
That's annoying. Okay. We've got a really tough technical situation here. So they've got reinforcements coming in here. Oh. That's indirect, so it's very it's very unlikely to hit. So that's indirect, because they knew we were here because of you, and they could fire an indirect shot, which means it went over the top of there without a direct line of sight. Right. I'm very glad we didn't do the split up, because otherwise we'd have 4 versus 2 and 4 versus 2, and that would have been very bad for us, as you could probably imagine. However, moving across here, we're going to attack a lance while another lance engages us from the side. Positives to that, we have the height advantage. It's going to be hard for them to hit us. We can actually then turn around and attack you pretty easily. Negatives to that, we are taking on twice our numbers at once, and there's no way for us to gate this. Normally, you want to hit one group and then hit the other group. Right now, we have not got that choice. And we've got a choice here between stick back for a little while, or charge in all guns blazing.
Good to go.
That's a 20-ton flea. I think we'll sprint forwards to here because you are an AC 10, so we want to get you close. You do have LRM 10s, right? So you can fire. But it's indirect, we've sprinted, and we still haven't actually identified this mech. It's outside of our sight line, which all adds up to we cannot really shoot you. Like, we can actually get a 6.2 on you because we've got the height advantage. But it's not worth firing the LRMs. We've actually got limited ammo, and it will generate heat. Actually, it won't generate that much heat if we fire you. And we've got... we fired 10 of them. We've got 240. Yeah, we can fire this 24 times. I don't mind having a go at 6.2 on that basis.
Tell me what to shoot.
We'll talk about heat in a minute. For those of you who are new to Battletech in total.
Systems recycling for another
But
shot.
right now, it's not a problem. Right. Apex.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, it's nice that this is flat. We can actually get nice high shots here. I don't actually want to use you. I'm going to use Strider.
Orders.
I can't quite get to the top of that.
On the move.
Okay. .4%. Now, that's for several reasons. Firstly, you're set up to be a person who fires at targets like this. Actually, no, you're not. You don't have the bonus tactics, which gives you indirect fire. You've just got good gunnery. Okay, good gunnery helps. You've got high advantage, and you didn't sprint. That's the real key here. You did not sprint. No. No. Okay, yeah, we're shooting the flea. By the way, if you're wondering what the colors here are, I think the dark blue indicates you're hitting the front arc, and light blue indicates the side arc, as you can see. Normally you get an attack bonus to that sort of thing, but right now it doesn't really matter. We'll shoot the flea here. Those are good hits, and you can see some of them are orange, which means you've got the structure below the armor.
Commander?
You are actually... I'm going to reserve you again.
Receiving you.
I would love to get a lot closer, but we're actually kind of blocked right now. Let's do a jump to here. Nah, jumping makes it really hard to hit someone. We'll just move.
Confirmed.
And we'll fire the AC-10. Bear in mind, we've only got 16 ammo. Firing 16 times. Yeah, I think we're okay. We'll take the shot. Oh! I heard explosions as well.
Take that.
We blew something up on it. Might be like a leg or an arm. Oh, okay, that was a miss. And now it's Apex's turn. We've got a nice picture here of like everyone grouped up. Yeah, that's pretty nice. You know, we'll try and maybe grab this for a thumbnail or something. Do 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 do. Right. I don't actually want to send Apex over there. That means Apex will come around here and everyone will have a direct line of sight on one of my mechs. The rest of my mechs are out of sight. No.
Awaiting orders.
That seems a very bad idea to me. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to just... That's no way around there. You know, we'll move here.
On the move.
We get a pip because we haven't moved that far, but we get the woods bonus, and then we'll brace, which is 20% damage reduction against range attacks to the front and side. Entrenched, we lose, we get stability reduction. Stability is basically the fact that we can get knocked over by a lot of powerful attacks. It's not as good as I'd like. Why are you going around there? Unless you've jump jets, there's no way you can really get up there. I'm going to reserve. Miss. Good, because that was probably an extended range laser or just a laser, a long range laser. Don't want to hit that sound like that. I got hit by a couple of indirect low yield damage missiles. They were like 2 each or whatever.
What can I do for you?
Could just pull up here with you and start taking pot shots. But the AC-20 is not going to be that good for that. What we'll do is actually sprint forwards, I think. You could be in that range. Oh, you're just out. If I turn like that, I'm not going to be able to see anyone over here, and I think there's going to be people over here I want to shoot at. Right, here we go. Phoenix Hawk, 45 tons. Wolfhound, 35 tons, much harder to hit. Okay. %, chance of the AC-20 isn't great, especially considering it's got 6% chance to jam. It's got 10 shots, but it would be such a good opener. I think we will take the shot for now. Now, here is our heat bar. Bear in mind, desert, heat sinks only remove 85% than normal heat. Every turn, your heat sinks remove heat. Every turn you generate heat by doing things such as jump jets or shooting guns. Each gun here has its own amount of heat. For instance, this will get 16 and this will get 12. Right now it's saying that if we fire one of these, the heat sinks can manage it. If we fire both of these, we're going to be getting more heat than the heat sinks will allow. Now in default Battletech, once you go past the heat limit, you shut down. In Roguetech, once you go past here, you've got a percentage chance to shut down. Sorry, in default Battletech, you take damage. If you max out, you shut down. If you go past your bar, you start taking damage. In Roguetech, go past the bar, there's a chance to shut down. Max out the bar, you shut down. Maybe explode it. I've never got past in Roguetech to like max out the bar. That seems like a bad idea. We'll take the shot regardless.
All weapons are
Miss.
go.
Oh, a couple of hits. Right,
Yeah,
Strider.
sure.
This is what I want. Lovely overhead shot. And look at that. Those to hit values. Those aren't great because you're actually still outside sensor range. But that's beautiful. Heat, barely getting any from that. You're built for this. Now we could do offensive push, take a cold shot against a single target, +5 penalty. Cold shot means we can go, I want to hit the head or something. Chances reduced depending on what location it is. You do take a +5 penalty. I'm not right now. I don't think it's particularly valuable. I think we just want to get some hits in. We missed with the laser, which is frustrating. At least we hit with most of the missiles.
Standing by.
You could sprint out here. However, the hit chance is less than 40%. I actually don't want to expose you so much. So actually just going to move you to here. And then we will brace you. You can take a brace action after a move action. Ow. Oh, 45. That must have been a pretty large cannon, like an AC-10 or something.
Ready for orders.
And then us. Now remember, we are medium pulse and a ranged gun. I'd love to be able to get close enough to actually use it against these guys. And we can if we sprint. There's an extra target here. We haven't found out what it is yet. Don't even know if it's a mech or not. Yeah, we'll move it here.
Let's move.
This is a sprint, so we're not going to be the most accurate after this. Aha! There's a Valkyrie here. Right. The LVX AC-10 is a 30% chance against you, but only a 25 against you. Now, right now, we don't know who we really want to target, so I'm actually happy to go for the highest value in hit values. So if we go everything against you, and then mark you as B, using our multi-target ability, switch you to B, we can get the best of both worlds. This is going to be pretty painful on heat. We are firing a lot of weapons, so let's do it.
Confirming. Multiple targets.
Oh, we've got a hit in. 2 hits in. Okay, 2 hits. Nothing. Okay. One point of damage from machine gun. That's fine. Now, bear in mind, default Battletech, these evasion pips will be disappearing every time we get shot at, which means that this small mech at the front would now be a perfect sitting duck. Roguetech doesn't happen, so we actually have the chance to use this
Yes, Commander.
to get some real decent damage in. Now, because we're not sprinting, notice how our chance to hit is really good. Oh, we could just go on the Valkyrie. It would put us in a really awkward position next turn. Now, let's click you. We could get the Spike Wrecking Ball up by going for the flank. The safe position is here, that way they can't shoot us in the flank or anything. I think we'll go safe. So we've got a 90% chance on the melee and a 45% chance on the Spike Wrecking Balls.
Roger that. Ugh!
Good. And both the Wrecking Balls missed. Damn it!
Negative damage. Repeat, negative damage.
Yeah, I've got the height advantage. You did hit me for 25 though. Oh! 3 lots of 20-something damage. Oh!
Minimal damage on that hit.
That's not minimal.
Good to go.
Obviously, we'd like to get a non-front shot in. Got a reasonable chance here. We could get that up to a 45. think our best bet is to try and just kill this wolfhound off. Now the risk is we've got our side exposed to these, we've got our rear exposed to you. I can't do split attack because you don't have the split attack bonus, because otherwise I'd want to put the missiles on you, because the missile chance to hit there is almost 60%. Instead, we've got to choose what's more important, the missiles on you or the AC-20. The AC-20, if it hits, is just going to game change everything. So I'm just going to say, don't shoot the missiles, it's a waste. I think we could actually cope with the heat. And we've got a lot of ammo. Yeah, sure, fire them. We'll fire the missiles as well. We missed the AC-20, which was what we wanted to hit with. And yeah, that went very poorly for us. Well, we risked it on a 50-50. Now, standing still is risky. But the accuracy bonus is quite tasty. And if we move over here, we'll be firing at the front arc. It's going to reduce our chance to hit. Yeah, we're going to risk it. We're just going to stay still for now. We missed with the laser. Good job, us. Hit with the missiles, but each missile's only 2 damage, so... Okay. That looks like you're going for melee. No. Oh, 45. That was a large laser. That Valkyrie's quite hurt.
I can't take much more of this.
As she says. Oh, 40 on me? How? Roughly right now in terms of our armor, 40 is enough to take up the majority of armor in one place. Because each hit is localized. So if that hits us in a place, if I don't get hit there again, it doesn't really make a difference. Ace Pilot is allowed to move after shooting. Let the fleet down there. Oh, that is a tank. Hi there.
Receiving you.
Yeah, if you look here, you can see that we lost 40 damage in a 40 armor in a 90 armor area. So we're kind of okay for now. Fronts of all the mechs are pointed this way, so we can't really get a side-on shot. As we go up here. Well, we could do that and focus on this Jenna. I don't really want to focus on this Jenna, but it's also going to get too many rear shots if we don't take the Jenna down. So yeah, I think we'll do this.
Position confirmed.
Do we have a better shot on anyone else? No. 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 Hi there. Now, the heat's getting pretty high here.
Got it.
That was good. Actually exposed the structure in a place. I'm afraid of this. We don't have any evasion pips to reduce their accuracy. Each evasion pip basically reduces their accuracy by 1.
Standing by.
Right, spike the wrecking ball. We can attack the wolfhound. Might expose our rear, so we'll go from here. 100% chance almost of the melee, 70% chance of the wrecking balls. Seems good. And it's a rear attack.
Attempting physical attack.
Which has got different locations with lower armor generally. Hit. And then... left arm destroyed. Hand destroyed. Left arm's a location. Hand is just an object in Roguetech that gives you a buff to accuracy. Ow. I'm going to consider moving this Valkyrie back.
The damage is light.
Ow.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Ow. Ow.
I'm showing minor damage.
If all that damage had been in one place, we'd be dead. Oh! Structure exposed! Heat sink destroyed. Right, so we're starting to lose internal components because we've lost our
Critical
armor.
hit. Bad one, I think.
Ace pilot, that's quite smart, hiding now. You took the shot and now you're behind cover.
Waiting for orders.
Who was the most... who was the least evasion? Okay, let's just have a quick gander what we want to do here. Because obviously we can come behind you there and try and take shots. None of these are particularly great. Like, we're looking at 40% chances. I think it's going to be important to kill off the Wolfhound, considering it's already damaged. Can't do split attack, so I'm actually going to go to reduce the heat and we'll just take the AC-20 shot. 40% chance, please hit. It missed. It's 100 damage. If it hits...
No, and I'm attacking you!
If it hits, we're good, but it needs to hit. That's the problem with the AC-20. Oh no, no. Oh!
Down.
Wow. That was a lucky shot. We're in real trouble now. They destroyed the engine. The engine is what drives the mech. Now, in Battletech itself, the engine's like part of the entire structure, not an object. In Roguetech, engines are objects, and thus they can be damaged with critical hits. What happened there, by the look of it, was a critical hit just completely wrecked our mech. I quite like that mech. And now we're down to 3, which is not good. We still actually haven't taken out any of theirs. Yeah, we'll just move down to here.
Copy.
Take a shot at the Wolfhound. And there's our overheat warning. We won't fire that because the chance is too low to hit.
Roger.
Still, not hitting it in the places that are injured, so we're just spreading the damage out there. The flea is fleeing? Oh! That was a rear attack for 40 damage. Oh, no, no, don't do it. Okay. Ow! 75 damage from those lasers.
Yes, Commander.
Right, I think we have to focus damage on either the Jenna, which is already damaged, or the Wolfhound. Go for a rear attack. This should kill it. Like, look at this right here. No armor on the torso sections on the back. There's 2 top torso sections. There's center torso, there's left torso and right torso. I often refer to them as shoulder. Those are not armored on the back. It's lost its arm. On the front, it's lost most of its armor on those, and a little bit of damage everywhere apart from center. Well, center torso is damaged, and head's damaged even. This will be the kill. If we do this, this will be the kill. I think we just have to take it.
Confirmed.
Boom. Right arm destroyed, and then right torso destroyed. It's still up.
Starting critical hits.
It's still up. Damn. Alright. You missed the Centurion. Oh, wow. Yeah. Indirect fire is not particularly accurate. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
I could try and use the AC-20 on the Wolfhound here. Like, chance to hit is 75%, but also that would be massive overkill. It doesn't need that. I'm really tempted just to say, sod it, let's just kill the Jenna. We can get the shot up to 51%. And I really want to hurt that Jenna. It's got an arm on... From that side, whatever we hit would explode. Unless it's the leg, actually. The leg would survive. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Well, I guess we've decided. Let's try and get a rear shot in. Now, a rear shot that hits will basically kill anything.
Targeting enemy backside.
Boom!
Critical hit.
Right arm, right torso. So right torso, because the arm's connected to it, if you destroy the right torso, the right arm also flies off. So we've completely ruined one side of that mech. Also, the pilot takes an injury. Pilots have a certain number of health. Your gut score will increase that. Exploding a torso section, well, left or right torso, will cause an injury. Hitting the head generally causes an injury unless it explodes, in which case, yeah, they're dead, because people live in the head. Falling over causes an injury. A couple other things.
Commander?
Okay, we're pretty hurt here. That Jen is annoying, and we could melee it, and we have a lot of heat right now. Meleeing doesn't cost us any heat. However, I'm pretty tempted just to say, sod it, you know what, let's kill that Wolfhound. I think that's what we'll do. Bring us out of the line of sight of a few down here, hopefully. How are you looking? You know what, we're going to overheat. We'll take the risk. Okay, guard and entrench removal stability damage your next initiatives. I think we'll also do this. Vigilance. So, this is the power we have. We can use it. It will cost us 30 resolve, which is like our morale. This is our resolve meter. We get morale as battle goes on. We gain guard and entrenched, removal stability damage, and our next initiative is increased. And then we'll shoot you. Could add in the cannon, but... Well, actually, if we lose a... Yeah, if we drop a laser, and we go for the cannon, we actually don't overheat. Yeah, let's do it. Really? Not a kill? Not an explosion? Nothing? Oh! Right leg destroyed. Failed the stability check. Pilot ejected. So... In Roguetech, pilots a morale thing, where they panic level critical. Ejected. Which is great for us. That's our first kill. Another wolfhound.
Aye, aye.
Right, we could go for that on the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie has been annoying. We could go for the Jenna. We could go for you. And I believe we could get a rear attack. No? I don't think we've got a chance to kill you quick. I think we need to take the kills that we can get, which means we're going to kill the Jenna. And we'll take the attack from here. Highest chance to hit.
On the move. Let's see how you like this.
Right, clang, good. Knock down. And then hit. We destroyed a jump jet. Nothing much. But knockdown is really useful. When the enemy's knocked down, you get to do a free... Oh! And they failed a load of other checks. When the enemy's knocked down, you get a free called shot.
Losing armor.
Which means that right now, we can choose where they're weak and then just try and finish them off.
Good to go.
And we've got the AC-10 nearby. We're limited. We're really limited in movement. That's not good. Oh, I might have to just reserve you. I didn't want to do that. Your back's facing the wrong way. Hi, Phoenix Hawk. Ow! Ow! No! Oh, we lost a jump jet. Each of these things is getting destroyed, by the way. We're going to have to pay for. They did an emergency shutdown! They overheated themselves for that, and now they've emergency shut down. They only went over their overheat bar a tiny bit. But that means that they have shut down and that they are an easy target for us. Like, look at that. All those hit chances. We could jump. Hell, we could jump and go directly behind them. I really don't want to be in the line of sight of most of these guys. What if we jump here? You know, I think we have to take the risk. And then, because you are shut down, we get called shot. We could also shoot you for a called shot, but don't worry about that just yet. Like, if we shoot the target in the head, we get 6% chance to hit in the head. Notice how the percentages change. Normally it's 1%. If we go for torso, 58. Coring them is called just shooting them through the torso. Explodes the engine. The engine's always in the torso. They go down. We already know they're weak on the shoulder joint, though. And they've got a lot of armor on the torso. I'm going to risk overheating for this. I think we're going to try for the core, actually. Do it. We won't kill them in one. We destroyed double heatsink. Nice.
Take that. I'm generating a lot.
Ammo explosion avoided. Shutdown avoided. Great. Next time we might have to melee someone instead of firing a weapon. Ow. Oh, that's the structure on our rear exposed. Not good. That's the easiest way to core someone, is the structure on the rear. Generally less armor. Oh!
Losing friendly.
Engine destroyed. What? I'm not even sure what happened there. Maybe they must have hit the ammo in the rocket launcher. And that must have detonated. And the enemy's inspired. Ugh.
Standing by.
We've got 2 mechs left to deal with this. Right, let us You got up and moved, didn't you, the Jenna? So yeah, actually we'll go for you. We're so not going to win this now, but we've got to keep trying. Boom. Left torso, which means they lost left arm. Okay, bring up the flea. I'm afraid of that gun.
That shot got past my armor.
Okay.
I'm here.
I think it's time to do it. Welcome to death from above. Jump attack using piloting skill to hit, but they're shut down, so it's pretty high anyway. Ignores evasive. Hit removes guarded. Deals significant damage and stability. Attack incurs leg and stability damage. Our leg lowest... Ooh, it's going to be risky. But I think we need to get down here. We need evasion, because we're pretty injured. You can see, actually... Yeah. We've got 11 health on that. Oh. Luckily, if we're facing this way, that's going to be slightly off to this side. But we've got to try for Hail Mary now.
Death from above.
So, death from above. Right torso did.
Target's taken a critical hit.
Panicked, knocked down, and overheated. Piloting incapacitated. They took enough health damage that they got killed or knocked out by that. Excellent.
Commander?
I really want to hit the Jenna. But the Valkyrie's there. No, reserve. Hi there. How? Really? Is that what we're down to? Seems uncalled for.
Orders?
I guess we'll shoot you. Trying to figure out which way round. I want to be facing that way round to try and provide the slightly more armed position. Like, look at that leg. We took quite a lot of damage there.
Position confirmed.
We want this side facing that way. Fire.
All weapons.
Right, that's good damage on the Valkyrie. Right arm destroyed, jump jet destroyed.
Scored a critical hit.
The fleas are coming. Oh, kick up some debris.
Awaiting orders.
Right. Tempting to go for the kill on the Jenna, but our best chance is actually here.
Attempting physical attack.
Boom. Right torso destroyed. Jar crit.
Scored a critical
Stressed. No. Ooh, knockdown. One health left on the pilot.
Aye, aye.
Now, I could stamp on you here, but that would leave us without any real dodge chance. I really think we need some sort of dodge chance coming up. So the general's weak on this side. But if we hit on this side, we might just go straight through to torso. Yeah, let's do it.
Copy that.
Come on. Yeah! Engine destroyed.
Tango down.
Commander.
As for us, I'm kind of tempted just to stand on you. We do 113 damage, and you're pretty badly injured.
Confirmed.
Boom. Engine destroyed.
Tango down.
However, we've still got 2 mechs and a tank, I think. Might even be a 3 mechs, because I know there was something over here. Might just be the tank, though. A 50-ton tank. Ugh. Tanks are scary.
Yes, Commander.
I want to know where that fleet is. Where is it? It's down here. That's risky.
Move order
I'm
confirmed.
going to back up. I want to see them come to us. My main concern right now is for my mech. We're really pretty badly damaged. Yeah, they tried to flame us. The flamethrower missed. It's too far
Internal
away.
structure damage.
Alright, there. 2 vehicles. 2 Vendettas. I think they were the ones firing the guns that did like 50 damage, so
Standing by.
a little bit scared. Not great chances to hit.
Acknowledged.
Fire everything. Oh, vigilance first. You need all the defense you can get. That's pretty bad damage.
Confirmed.
Come on. Saw a lot of orange there. Left torso.
Take that.
Pilot ejected. Panicked. Nice.
Standing by.
And I think we have to reserve you because you're out of range. Reserve you as well.
Roger.
They backed away.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, fine. If you want to play that game, we can play that game.
Moving out.
I'm here. Confirmed.
Reserve.
Copy that.
You went really far down there. What did you expect me to do?
Reserving action.
I'm just gonna go through the turn. We don't have any evasion. That could end up very poorly.
Holding for the right opportunity. Confirmed. Roger.
It looks like they're just gonna stick down there.
Affirmative.
We'll give it a couple more turns, see what they do. They could be just playing the same game we are, which is what I suspect they're doing. Oh. No, the tanks are getting closer.
Venting heat.
And the Wolfhound's moved up a bit.
Confirmed.
Right, we've got to be cautious here. We don't actually get them to shoot at us when we've got no evasion pips.
Commander. Roger that.
I think I'm hidden.
Ready for orders. All right, full speed.
And... reserve? Is that it? He didn't really move that far. Kind of for a little more. If I engage here, they're just going to bring the Wolfhound up behind me. We need every advantage we can get here, and that is not an advantage. I'm going to move back so we've still got some evasion.
Orders. I copy.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna reserve me.
Waiting for the shot.
Please tell me you're in range, Apex. You are. We'll vigilancy first, because I've got a feeling this is gonna hurt. Melee attack. Tanks are weak to melee attacks from mechs. They take extra damage. It's really good. So this is going to be our way we kill these guys. Structure exposed. Boom! Wrecking ball.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay. I came in like a wrecking ball. I need a metal remix of that. And we will risk coming to here. I know we can't shoot anyone yet, but we need to give you covering fire to prevent that Wolfhound. Getting annoying.
Yes, Commander.
Right. And because we delayed, we got to act against you, and now, new round, we're fast initiative, we can act again. Advantage to light mechs. We're going to go directly behind you, go for the rear. Boom!
Move her down.
So helpful to have a melee mech.
Commander.
I'm dubious about whether we'll even engage with my mech because it's so badly damaged.
Standing by.
Right, let's do it.
Order confirmed.
Hi there.
Attempting physical attack.
Reasonable opening. We've got a lot of evasion. Yeah. It's good evasion. Heat critical. They did prevent from Sorry, they did prevent from overheating. They overheated, but they prevented from shutdown. That's what the word. Shutdown.
Orders.
Right, we'll stay at nice long range. And we'll lob a shot your way. I'll actually use vigilance as well. Good! We killed off the left arm.
Scored a critical hit.
Oh, they did get some hits in there.
They're blowing through my armor. Awaiting orders.
Right,
Moving to
go
position.
for it. They're getting really high on that heat. Good shot.
I'm here. I copy.
Nice. They're getting to the point they're getting unstable. We're going to hit them from the rear. Try and end this.
Let's see how you like this.
Knockdown. Okay.
Ready for orders.
We can jump. Get closer. And with our chosen shot, we'll try and go for the shoulder.
Confirm. Firing.
That's so many misses. You're overheating to hell. Do you really want to try for me? Nope, they're just going to sit there. Emergency shutdown initiated. Get the shutdown! Great.
Standing by.
Hit him.
Moving out.
Boom! Right arm destroyed. Right torso destroyed.
Target's taking a
Health
critical
1 out of
hit.
3. They're unsteady.
Standing by.
Hi there. It's probably not going to go the way you want. Got so many chances to hit you because you're shut down right now. You're not really dodging. Take this. There we go. We destroyed the other side of the torso. That's piling incapacitated. Oh, we did it. That was so expensive and not worth it in terms of the damage we took. We lost 2 mechs, probably 2 pilots. Yay, minimum payout. It looks like they're just injured. And yeah, we've lost an engine. Lost another engine. Lost our e-calling. Engine XL. Extra light fusion engine, similar to the fusion engine, but requires much lighter radiation shielding. Half the mass for the same performance. Yeah, that meant that we didn't have to spend all of our weight on an engine. Actually reduced the weight of the engine. We lost the LRM. Oh god, this is going to be so expensive to replace. That's going to take a lot of time as well. Okay. What do we want? So, normally it takes 5 parts to make a mech. We can grab 3 parts of a flea, 1 part of a Jenna, 3 Phoenix Hawk, a Valkyrie, a Wolfhound, a Wolfhound, a Wolfhound. Nothing to make a full mech. Endosteel. Ooh. So what this is it's a Roguetech item, which basically means that you get a reduced weight of stuff because you're using your fancy light steel, but it takes up 14 slots. We're going to want this. This is going to be very helpful to us. It's also worth $500,000. Heat sinks. Heavy ferro armor. Reduce weight. Takes 15 slots. Takes longer and more expensive to repair armor. We'll chuck that in for now. Zero tonnage takes a slot. Two times cooling throughout the battle mech. Worth $2.5 million. That's so valuable. In fact, it's so valuable I'm going to get rid of this. And we're just going to get the other one as well. Having that much heat reduction means that we can go ham on more interesting things like weapons. Oh no, there was only one of them. Sorry. It's Lost Tech, by the way, which is lost technology. So good. We also do need an engine. We'll grab this one for now. And then we hope we get stuff like a hand, because it gives us accuracy, and we lost a hand earlier. Heat sinks, we want some of those, but we probably will get them. We lost jump jets. Hopefully get that as well. Confirm. What did we get? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Medium lasers, those might be useful. Machine gun, maybe useful. Engine IC, that's an industrial engine. That's terrible for mechs. And we got a heatsink. Ugh, actually got a pretty poor draw there. Right. How bad is it? We're gonna find out how much we owe in repair fees. It's gonna be bad. Oh, that's war activities. Okay. $500,000 and over 3 months to repair. I'm actually going to say no for now. Luckily, no one died. Now, Hatchet Man had a jump jet failure. Repair, repair, repair. And we want, ideally, a jump jet to fit in there. I don't know if we've got one, though. This feels to me like something that we could probably fix next episode when we talk about how to refit our mechs and so on. Oh, we have a hatchet here. We should probably use this more. This looks really powerful. we're using it as a bit of a long-range weapon. I completely missed the fact you have a hatchet here, which is nice and powerful. Plus 60 melee damage. That explains why you did so much earlier when we actually did a melee with you, because it was 100 and something. I thought it should be about 50. Right, I had plus 60 on it. Case, there we go. So case prevents damage from an explosion overflowing to other areas. So if you explode, only the right torso will explode, not this and then damage flowing into the center torso, which is very bad. That's what case does. Case 2 reduces the damage. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about this. We might... jump jets are great. Might be worth getting rid of those if we can save a little bit in other places. But we'll have to think. Every slot right now is taken up that's got a weapon. Like, that's laser 1 out of 1, laser 1 out of 1, ammo gun 1 out of 1, laser 1 out of 1. There's no more places to mount any weapons, so probably would be beneficial. What core have you got? 180. Yeah, this 270 is a bit too big for anyone. Yeah. Either way, I'm going to call it here. Hopefully you enjoyed this sponsored game of Battletech Roguetech. Please bear in mind that I think starting tomorrow on the Steam store for Battletech, you can download and play it for free, and then you can also buy it for a reduced price in a sale. If you wish to do so, there'll be a link down below. For now, though, we've had a pretty ghastly, terrible, went bad, very bad mission. You really shouldn't be taking that much damage. That's what happens when you attack from two sides. Ow. I've been EnterElysium. Like, subscribe, and stay shiny. Ow.